Who's good, everybody? We got a special episode for you guys. It's not special because I'm special. It's special because we got Vineet Devaya in the building. Hello, Vineet.
What is up, Mr. Ahuja?
What is up? What is up? So, for all of you who know Vineet, you are good and you're going good in life. If you don't know, I will introduce you to him.
Good in
Mr.
life.
Vineet
That's
Devaya
what-
is the co-host or with Mr. Ashwin of the Ball is Bay podcast, and basically he's been a basketball person for, I would say, most of your life.
I definitely have been a basketball person for most of my life.
Basketball, but that is why I mentioned basketball person first, because this is our
Okay.
main topic today.
Okay, that's great.
So I would like to start off this episode by asking you how everything started. How
Okay.
did your basketball journey start?
Oh, okay. The journey started back in Goa. So I was born and raised in Goa, and we had the opportunity to live next to probably the only wooden court in our area, indoor wooden court. So I used to just kind of hang out and watch people play basketball. I was really young, and people just gave me the opportunity to play. So we had some of the best teams in Goa coming and practicing there, and so I would just go and just watch them, and then they would just kind of, I was a kid, so they would just give me the ball and like, okay, go shoot, and that's how I started off playing basketball, and then I got really good at it. For some weird reason, I started getting it was really weird because I played all sports. I mean, I think I played state level in like 6 sports.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
Is it possible for you to name those 6 sports?
yeah, cricket, football,
Wow,
shot
wow.
put,
Short put.
badminton,
That is
shot put. Yeah. I'm a strong guy, and basketball. And so, but basketball was the one where I kind of stood out, like from
Yeah, yeah.
everybody. And that just became kind of like my thing, because I was that good at it. It wasn't like I had any idea of, I mean, we did have much exposure to NBA back then. NBA was not broadcasted in India at that point. And so that's how the journey started. And then obviously once you start having some interest, then you start seeking out more information. So then I started seeking out, Sports Star, and I don't know if you know that, but it's a book that has
I have
sports
heard
thing.
of it. So yeah.
Yeah. It was the only avenue for sports back in the day when there was no internet so readily available. And and then that's kind of how it started, man. And then I got hooked.
You got completely hooked.
Yeah. I
And,
mean, I'm actually very happy for it. I'm very happy for being, interested in something that I'm so passionate about, because generally I'm kind of like a more stoic person. I don't know if you know what a stoic person is, but like very, very stoic. And so I think basketball is the avenue where I can express absolutely irrational behavior. And so I totally enjoy it.
I mean, it's one of the things you have pursued till now. You're still pursuing it.
I mean, I don't know if you're
In another form. I mean, not basketball as in playing every day or something, but in some of the other form.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely,
then what happened? You played state level. Then you went ahead.
Oh yeah. Oh, you want the whole journey? How long is this? How long is this podcast, my friend?
I mean, as long as
Okay. Well, and so then I played state. I did the whole thing, and it was easy to get. I mean, one of the reasons why I played that many state levels is because it's Goa, which is a smaller state.
Yeah.
And so the competition was not that high. So that's obviously, and then Kabaddi also I played state level.
You were a very tough guy.
I'm a very strong guy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm deceptively strong, and they used to call me Genda in school.
Built different.
Built different.
Yeah.
Because I did not feel pain. Even now today, like if you like really hit me very hard, also I barely, it doesn't hurt me.
And don't dance.
So So I think genetically also I was predisposed to a more physical sports as opposed to cricket or something, which was more, I would say, a little bit more of a skill based.
Skill based.
Yeah. Anyway, so I then played state, and then I played for Western Railways for 1 year.
Wow.
Uh, and uh, and then I kind of dropped off after 10th. So 10th was 10th. I lost my father, and so we moved from Goa to back to my hometown, and I went to a school where they didn't have a basketball court, like they didn't play basketball there. And so, and I also was like kind of just, like I was in another phase of mind, and I just said, you know what, I'm just going to try other things in life. And so I tried other sports. I tried to learn to swim, and played a lot of cricket actually at that time, because that was the only sport they played in that school. And then I kind of got really frustrated at the end, and I just went to our physical gym. I said, listen, I can play really good basketball. You get me 6 people. And I took that team to the state level in Karnataka. We lost really badly. What?
I mean, you took them. That's the big thing.
Yeah, but I mean, we basically practiced 1 day before going district level, and then we came third district level. And so I don't know if you know how it works. I don't. Maybe it works differently now, but in district, if you get selected, then they take obviously the team that won, and then they take players from the 2 and 3
who
are good to go to the state.
Yeah.
Right. So that's how you kind of
got it,
do it. So I got into that team, and then I was the best player on that team.
Oh yeah.
So
on the district team.
For the district team. So then we went to the states.
Yeah.
And then there I got selected again. Then they said, "Oh, you used to play for the Western Railways guys from Goa," and that's how. And then again I moved schools, and so like, because I didn't have that, I think not that it would have helped anything, but just when you move schools, you move places, you kind of lose
the exposure level reduces.
Yeah. And I was also kind of like I wouldn't say a nerd, but I was really good at school. And so, I always had that in the back of the mind, keep padna hai, engineering karna hai, like basketball is fine. I didn't really pursue it as a real option. The only time I actually pursued sport as a real option is when I got selected for the Goa team for football, and they have a camp, and they basically you stay. I don't know if you have heard of the Salgonkas, but it's a team in Goa, and you go there, and they feed you, they give you free food, free education, everything, and all you have to do is play football. So that was the only time this is the closest I came to playing professional sport. And then it was all just very free flow. I mean, just after that I can't really speak of any like real valuable basketball other than pickup after that. I played in college. Our school actually had a very good team. Our university had a very good team.
This is in India, right?
This is in India. This is NIT Surathkal, which is a university in Karnataka. And but I didn't really like the coach that much. He was kind of it's horrible. And so I was the captain of the B team. So the good part is the B team is obviously not as good as the A team, but because I never went for practice, I didn't do anything. I could just walk in and be the captain, because they were like, okay, you're so good that you just come and you be the captain. You don't have to like run the drills and all that stuff. And so I was the captain of the B team, and it was fun. It was fun because we used to lose, but we used to get to like, travel. And I used to ball hog all the time because everyone else was kind of shit on the team. But the A team was really good, and they won a lot. And then I went to the US. I played at Cornell. I played the inter college stuff. But when you go from India and you start playing in the US the first time, it's a different level of physicality, different level of speed, different level. I mean, just a very, very different level.
Yeah.
And so I think for the first 6 months, I couldn't even like get onto the court. I could, but like I wasn't like, in pickup basketball, generally there'll be like 2 or 3 teams that keep winning.
Yeah.
And those teams will keep picking who needs to play next.
Yeah.
And so if you're not a good player, and if they've seen you play before, it's very difficult for you to get on court. And then slowly, I kind of improved my game, and then I started playing a little bit more. then I played for this team called North Trenton, which is a
Boston. Yeah.
no, Trenton, not Boston.
Trenton. Yeah.
Trenton, which is
Trenton. Yeah. I understood.
okay, which is in New Jersey. And that was a very good experience. I think probably my favorite basketball experience ever for 6 months, 6 or 8 months, because the team that I played with was basically like the Bad Boy Pistons. And no, it really was. I mean, it was
Yeah.
Trenton is, I think Trenton is in the top 10 most violent cities in the US.
Oh,
And so the team was very gangster,
rough and tough. Yeah. Okay.
very rough and
Gangster
tough,
type. Okay.
very gangster, very gangster, uh, and very physical. And it was a lot of fun because wherever we went to play in the boroughs, which is the 5 boroughs of New York, people always knew us as like the Pistons kind of team. So there was a little bit of like scare factor, and I was this like really small Indian dude. And at that time, they used to call me Dirk, because I had that one-legged fadeaway, which I had to develop because I was so small.
Sheesh.
So that's why I also like Dirk, is because I really modeled that one shot
One shot.
uh,
Yeah.
one shot around him, because I was so small. I was very small compared to all of these people. And so the only way I could actually get my shots up is if I had that fade away kind of shoot while falling back.
The fact that you adjusted in this and
higher.
you were not at the same height as they were is actually tremendous. No, I mean, not a lot of people who are short, or I mean, I wouldn't consider you short. I think you're around 5'11", 6 foot, right?
No, I'm 5'10".
Yeah.
But I mean, you're talking in the US, you're talking about pickup there. Everyone's like minimum 6'2", 6'3",
6'2",
minimum.
exactly. Yeah, that is what I mean.
Yeah. So
That is wonderful.
yeah, and then mostly pickup. Yeah.
Mostly pickup. Now I want you to talk about what is going on right now.
What is going on right now?
What related to basketball, or what is going on as like now everyone knows you're a huge NBA fan. You're
Yes.
an NBA analyst. You have a podcast.
Yes.
I mean, you have a podcast. You're an NBA analyst, and you're at the top tier when it comes to Indians who know about basketball. So I want you to tell us how your basketball journey is going on right now. If we talk about.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I think me and Ashwin, we started this podcast about 4 or 5 years back, and it's been going really good. People have really appreciated what we have been doing, both NBA India, other outlets, fans like you guys, and I mean, you're almost half my age, and we can still. Actually, you are less than half my age, so we can still. Yeah, so the fact that I can still connect with someone who's that young through basketball, I think it just gives me happiness. Is that like, okay, I'm not like a old guy anymore. I mean, I'm still old, but at least there's some amount of connection that can be done, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that was very interesting for both me and Ashwin, because most of the other years we always were talking amongst the talking heads.
Yeah.
Right. So, in the NBA or any sport, you have the analysts, the talking heads, the ones that don't interact with people, they just talk amongst each other, that kind of stuff. And so for us, our whole thing was we got to break out of it. We want to connect with the younger audience. We want to connect with the people who are commenting and who are sharing and who are doing things on social media that these other people don't do.
Right? Because I mean, one reason could be because the younger audience has whacker opinions.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think also there is this old man mentality, right? Like everyone, once they get older, they always think the younger generation is bad, or shit, or not as good as us. It's always that when you become 30, you also think that the younger generation is similar.
I still think my brother isn't good enough.
So at least for me, my whole thing, and I think Ashwin also would agree, is that we need to connect with like the actual fans, and no disrespect to NBA India, but we just thought that NBA India is not really connecting with the fans. I mean, they were doing what any PR firm would do.
Yeah.
But they were not doing anything that would really connect with the fans. And for us, it was like, okay, can we create content? Can we start interacting with people on the comment sections of NBA India and all of that stuff? And I think, I don't know how you discovered us, but maybe you discovered us through Rama Sports. I don't know how, but
So
but
yeah,
we,
this is a very fun story. So last year when Ramasport has that biggest ball handling challenge, so I got selected from Maharashtra.
oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so I went from Maharashtra, and then I didn't win over there, but then I went from Maharashtra, and then after that they called me on their I think they had NBA and NBA and Indian ballers. They have this regular Sunday thing, right? Where
Yeah,
they
yeah,
call
yeah.
Ashwin. So I was there on one of them, and then I think next season they started calling Ashwin, which is this season, the season just
This
ended.
is yeah.
Yeah, and that is where I figured out who Ashwin was, and then I saw him talking about Ballis Bay. I searched up Ballis Bay on Instagram. I searched it up on Google. Then I got your Instagram, and then I got Ashwin, and then I got your name. So I went up to Instagram. I went up to Ballis Bay Instagram, and then I DM'd you guys. I think I
Okay.
DM'd you guys, and then I think Ashwin replied saying that what I DM'd was that you guys had that live session going on that time, the daily lives. It was like
Oh,
the third or
really?
fourth
Okay.
live, third or fourth live,
Okay.
and I DM'd you guys that can I join one of those lives?
Okay.
And then that is where I
Got it.
formally met you both.
Formally, okay. Informally, you met us before, but
Informally, I
formally,
mean, yeah, I met Ashwin before. I saw Ashwin before, and I think he saw me before this because through Rama Sports only. So I basically formally met you on that live.
got it.
And then
Fair
since
enough.
that's
Fair enough.
your 47 or 48 lives you did, right? You did 47 or
47,
48.
yeah.
Yeah, 47
47,
lives.
yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is what helped. I mean, that is what made me enjoy those 2 months, the last 2 months, the last 3 months.
Yeah, that
Getting
was
up
fun
every
for us.
morning and then going on the live, either being part of the live or either being part of the live through the chat, looking at what everyone had to say, laughing and then getting angry and everything. It was just too much fun though. That 1 hour every day was too much fun.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about a little about the NBA.
Sure.
Your favorite team?
My favorite team in the NBA right
Yes.
now? I mean, I'm a Spurs fan, but I don't think the Spurs are any good anymore. So
Why are you a Spurs fan? I would like to highlight that first.
oh,
how the
man.
Spurs fandom started.
I mean, I've written an article about this, but I think that I started off as a Lakers fan because when I started watching basketball, the Lakers were dominating. The Shaq and Kobe era was on, and they were just too good. I mean, it was like, I mean, I would say like they were like the Golden State Warriors, right? And so, I mean, if you started watching basketball in like 2015, 2016, I mean, it's impossible to not be a Golden State Warriors fan, right?
Yeah.
Because they were so good, so dominant. Their style of play was so good. So in that sense, I was a Lakers fan. But I used to always get scared when they played the Spurs, because the Spurs was so good. And I always
good competition, basically. That's why you were scared.
Yeah, they were really good competition. But more than competition, I would say like they just played really good basketball, right?
Okay.
So for me, that was a time where I decided that as good as the Lakers were and as fun as they were, and I was a Kobe fan because Kobe was young, he had the swagger, and that's why I understand when like a lot of people say I slander Kobe a lot, and I think they don't understand. It's like I don't slander Kobe. I understand why you love Kobe, and I want to tell you that this is why, as much as you love Kobe, he was not a great basketball player. Right? I mean, he was a great basketball, but you can't. You have to learn to like separate the both.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
In some context, you need to learn to separate the both. So I moved from being a Lakers fan to a Spurs fan, and I was rewarded with just 20 years of excellence with Timmy and Manu and Tony, and they played basketball the right way, the way I like it, the way I like basketball to be played. I learned a lot about basketball watching them play because they used to play a lot of different styles. A lot of people I mean, there are a lot of people talk about, the Spurs were a team and all that, but like back in the day, it was just give the ball to Timmy and Timmy would get to the point. Like that's all they did. But then they morphed into another kind of team and Timmy got slower. Then they morphed into another team and Tony Parker was the main thing. So they had like 3 or 4 versions of their team, and the way they constructed their rosters, the way they developed talent. So all of that for me was very interesting to be a part of. And I don't think there was any other organization where if you were a fan of, you could see all of these aspects. So for me, that's why the Spurs were really good, even though Timmy was not my favorite player to watch. Dirk was my favorite. Back then, Dirk was my favorite. And Timmy was number 2. I mean, the problem with Tim is that he's so boring, like that's the only problem. Like he's just so freaking boring. So, so from an entertainment perspective, I used to like Dirk a lot because Dirk was always the lone wolf. He used to kill, and Dirk was alone. He would take the Mavs, and take the Spurs, who were a very good team, to 6-7 games in this Western Conference Finals. Like he was just so good at that point. And so, yeah, I mean, so Spurs were my favorite team. They still are my favorite team. They're the organization I will always call myself a Spurs fan. But at this point, I think team-wise, I like the Clippers. I like the Nuggets. I like the Bucks. But no real like fandom as such. I think. Yeah. Now, I haven't really found it. It's between Nuggets and the Bucks.
Okay, Bucks. Okay, I thought you liked Clippers.
I like Clippers because of Kawhi, but I just feel like I don't like the way they play. Okay. I like the way the Nuggets play. I like the way the Bucks play. Bucks play very similar to the Spurs, obviously because Budenholzer is the coach. So it's almost like he was there, I think, with the Spurs for 10 years.
So as he again just mentioned, he liked the Clippers because of Kawhi. Now, who are your top 5 players right now?
Top 5? Huh? My top 5 or NBA top 5?
Your top 5 right now.
Oh, my top 5. My top 5 would be Jokic, Kawhi, Giannis, Derrick Rose. I mean, I want to put LeBron in there, but he's a little old.
What about the Snake?
No, I just can't. He is the best offensive player I've ever seen in my life. I will put that there, but he's never going to be in my favorite top 5 players. As good as he is.
Fair enough, yeah.
As good as he is. The Steph, maybe I would put Steph there. I like Steph.
Okay.
And the last one that I really enjoy watching play. I want to say Doncic, but I would put Trae Young.
Okay, fair enough.
I told Giannis, right?
Yes, you said Giannis is number 3.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, I'll put Trae Young in there.
So your top 5 is like completely different to mine. Mine is like it's like miles away from there. Your top 5. What's yours? My top 5 is obviously I have Giannis at number 1.
Giannis number 1. Yeah.
Second is Kevin Durant.
Okay.
See, this is why I say Kevin Durant is because I go
Durant. Durant.
Okay, wait. I was like, this is not my top 5. This is the standard NBA top 5. If I say what happens if I say my top 5?
Yeah, that's what I asked you. You should tell your top 5.
My top 5 is Giannis, Dame, Curry, Giannis, Dame, Curry, Kawhi, and Doncic. That is my top 5.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good top 5.
And then I will say one thing. Don't hate me for this. LeBron is at the 100th place.
100th?
Yes, I hate LeBron. I will leave that there.
Why do you hate LeBron? There's nothing to hate about LeBron. I mean,
there's nothing to like about LeBron.
That is fine.
Yeah,
that is fine. Okay, if you don't like LeBron,
hate is a strong word. Hate is a strong word.
Hate is a very strong word, and I don't think LeBron has done anything that is hate-worthy. I don't think he has. I mean, the only thing
he's not doing anything to me. I mean, yeah, fair enough.
No,
He
in
may have
general
done
also,
something to
like
Cleveland fans or something like that, but he hasn't done
no, the
anything to me.
The Cleveland organization didn't treat him well. I mean, why would he treat them well? If I mean, he gave them a
Fair
championship
enough.
in the first championship in 52 years. I mean, just be happy with that. What else do you want? What else do they
Yeah.
want?
Just like Giannis dropped 50 in the last game.
49.
50, he dropped 50, right?
Oh,
Giannis?
I dropped it. Yeah.
Okay, and that is the NBA talk I would like to do with you. One last question I have for you before we move on
Okay.
to a special segment.
Mhm.
One last question is that when you said you and Ashwin started your podcast Ball is Bay 4 to 5 years ago. Obviously there were some obstacles and some wrong paths you may have gone to, some right paths. I would just like you
Yeah.
to summarize what those obstacles were like and how you overcame those obstacles.
Obstacles,
No, like
I
not
think.
obstacles that someone told you to stop it because or
Okay,
something
okay,
like
okay.
that. That is not what I mean. What I mean is that when you didn't have enough reach, when you don't have enough listening,
Oh, yeah.
what will you?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, basically, what will you say to the people who are starting something like this and want to pursue what you've done?
Yeah, I think for me, the most important part of Ball is Bay is that I get to talk to Ashwin, who's a very good friend of mine. Like that's the most important part, in my opinion. I don't think that I necessarily care about like being famous or having millions of. I mean, that is a great thing if I get it right. But we work hard because I think I like working hard. Ashwin likes working hard. So I would say that if you want to start a podcast, first find a person or a group of
Person, yeah,
set of people that one is you just need to enjoy working with, which is like every day because you're not getting paid for it for the
paid
most
for it, yeah.
part. And you're going to make a lot of mistakes. So if you're with someone who's not understanding of who you are and what your pain points are and all of that stuff, it becomes a little bit tedious because it's not an easy journey and people underestimate you a lot all the time. It's it's something that it is very funny because if you take a look at what I've done outside the podcasting thing, I've done pretty well and pretty good.
Yeah.
And then when people compare, like the only barometer they look at is this, then it's just a little bit like I feel a little bit that okay, you are being a little pretentious and not recognizing that we are putting the effort and we are trying to do something. And I don't really think there were any obstacles as such. I think we tried our best to create good quality content. We tried our best to be honest as to who we are. I mean, I think amongst the both of us, I think Ashwin is the more likable. I'm the more kind of no, I wouldn't say dickish, but I'm the kind of more of an asshole kind of person. And so
I
we
would
didn't try
say
to like. Well, I mean, I've definitely. I mean, at least that's at least the impression that some people have had, and I think that that's a fair opinion and it's a fair impression because we are like that in real life. Like I'm a little bit more in your face. I'll tell
maybe
you what
that's
I
why you
think.
both gel well. That's why your
Probably, I
pair is
think.
even better.
Yeah, probably. And Ashwin is the more nice person. He's like cute with everybody and that kind of thing. And so I think that works out quite okay for us. And I think it would be. I think the obstacle question probably would be better to ask Ashwin if ever you get this opportunity
He's
because
coming. He's coming.
because I've been running a startup for 10 years, and so for
If I'm
me
not wrong, it's called Teleport Me, right?
it's called Teleport Me, yeah. And so the obstacles we face on the podcast are like it's nothing
Nowhere
compared to
close to
what
your startup.
nowhere compared to what I've gone through, so it doesn't bother me that much. But we have definitely tried to keep a high quality and high engagement and try to be honest with who we are as people and our opinions. Like I don't shy away from slandering Kobe, even though that's a bad business decision. People don't like it. They don't like it. There are the real
But
Kobe
at the
fans
same time,
who.
that is how you get more people to listen to you.
No, I don't
Fair.
think so. I think I like look at the NBA thing, right? Find me one analyst that says anything bad about Kobe because the fans of Kobe
Fair
are
enough, yeah.
so like They're crazy. They are crazy people. I genuinely.
Yeah, I mean,
Kobe is like
Kobe
a
is a
religion.
person that is. I mean,
It's
he's
like
at
a
a very
religion.
high level right now in terms of fandom.
Yeah, very very high fandom. And
Yeah.
so speaking anything ill about him will cause you a lot of
Trouble, yeah.
reputational damage. Uh, and so people don't do that because it's a business decision for the most part.
Fair enough.
Like Magic Johnson says Kobe is the greatest Laker of all time, and I mean, come on, you're Magic Johnson, right?
Exactly.
So the reason he does that is because he doesn't. He's a businessman. He's not going to make a bad business decision.
Fair enough.
So in that sense, yeah.
Obviously, you
know.
can.
Yeah, now we move on to the special segment I was talking about. And the special segment is we have $15 to draft the best team that can defeat Thanos. I will list down the players once, and you can also see this image on our Insta page. Or at $5 we have Iron Man, Captain America, Doctor Strange, Captain Marvel, Thor. At $4 we have Ant-Man, Spider-Man, Hulk, Black Panther, and WandaVision. And we have $3, $2, and $1. I will say at $3 we have Black Widow, we have Gamora, we have Groot, we have the Raccoon, and we have War Machine. And then we have some people at $2, some people at $1, which you will get to know after we start picking. There are a few rules in this. You have $15 firstly. Minimum players you can pick is 4 people, 4 Marvel characters, and they have to defeat Thanos. So we will rate each other's teams.
Minimum is 4, huh?
Minimum is 4. So let's start with our guest, Vineet.
What's my team? Team or we pick one by one?
You pick one by one. No, I mean, you pick all your 4 at once.
Okay, all my 4 at once. If I had to pick all my 4 at once, it would be Marvel, Iron Man, Hulk, and I forgot this guy's name, but the $1 guy. I really like him. The last guy.
Which guy?
Actually, he's really powerful, but they make him look like an idiot.
This guy?
No, the one in the middle.
Vision.
Oh, okay.
Vision.
So you said Captain Marvel, Iron Man, Hulk, and Vision.
Yes.
Manan, what is your take on this team?
So his team, right? So
yeah, his team. First, you tell everyone how his team is.
He picked Vision.
Then Hulk.
Who else? Yeah.
Vision, Hulk, Iron Man, and Captain Marvel.
Okay, so yeah, it is pretty strong because he has Captain Marvel and Vision, right? Both can beat Thanos easily.
Then he also has Hulk and Iron Man.
Yeah, Hulk mainly for the power, but he doesn't really have any, those kind of superpowers. He just has strength. So I mean, Hulk for strength.
Which is a superpower, but okay.
yeah. I mean, but yeah, not like Vision and Captain.
Yeah, not supernatural. He doesn't have a supernatural.
Yeah, not supernatural.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's well balanced. It's good.
What would you give this team out of 10?
Maybe 8 out of
8. What? Where do you think my team is lacking? In what area?
No, wait. Let him say his team first, and then we'll see.
All right. Okay. Manan, go for it.
I will rate your team first. I would give.
You have to rate.
I will get an 8.5. I will rate it higher than Manan, but then I feel like there could be a few changes. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Manan, your team.
So I would go with Thor, then Wanda, then I'd go with Groot.
Groot?
You can pick 2 players from the $5 column and then 4 and 1 or something like that. You can make a combination, but there has to be maximum 2 from the $5 column.
So I'm at 12 now.
You are at 12 now. Yeah.
Then I'd go for Vision.
Vision, okay.
Is there anyone else? Yeah, and Mantis. Yes, that's it.
Mantis, okay.
That's exactly $14, I think.
It is exactly $15.
9. Yeah, exactly 15.
Exactly 15.
Right.
So he went for, instead of a more more stacked team, he went for a more people team, more superhero team. So I will highlight your team once. It's Thor, WandaVision, Groot, Mantis, and you said which was the
And
last person?
no, it is. So it is Wanda, it is Thor, Groot, Mantis, and Vision.
Vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
Vineet, what do you rate his team?
Horrible. Absolutely. Two of
Let's
his. See, Groot is
But
completely
Manan,
useless.
Manan, one thing I will say is that you have to beat Thanos with this team.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. See, I chose Mantis because she can read minds and she can alter minds, right?
Fair enough, yeah.
So she can hypnotize.
But not
But
she
you
can't
remember,
she can't
you
do anything
remember
to
when
Thanos.
No, she did hypnotize
No, no,
Thanos,
she
but that was
can.
when that was when 4 people were holding onto Thanos,
Yeah.
to
Holding
his
him,
hands
yeah.
and to his legs.
No, but we have
Yeah, you have
like
those
Vision
4
and
people, yeah,
Thor,
okay.
right?
Fair enough. What would you give his team though, Vineet? Rating?
I like his thinking around how he would defeat Thanos. But I don't think he has like pure muscle.
Because
Yes, he has thought.
Mantis and WandaVision have the same
Nothing.
field of powers.
Yeah. And
Mantis
also
can
Groot,
control your-
I think Groot is I love Groot. Groot is like an amazing character. But I just feel like when it comes to Thanos, like he is not. I don't think that he.
But
He
I-
was
he
he
or-
was the, he
it-
was part of the weapon that killed Thanos though, in the first place.
yeah.
I mean, no, that doesn't make
True.
that isn't any
It's
relevant.
kind of
but
true though.
It is kind of true. I mean, he was the thing who killed Thanos, but
Mainly, I
Doesn't-
chose him mainly for his power. I could have chosen Hulk, but then Hulk wouldn't, I mean, it doesn't really look like he could defeat Thanos with these guys.
Groot has
That's
the
fair.
reach. Yeah, Vineet, what would you rate his team? The rating?
I think I would rate his thinking, his thought process very high. I think he thought really high, but I think he faltered at sometimes you just think that okay, you can create a good team, but then all you need is LeBron. And so that that's why I think he overthought. He was trying to be a smart GM. All he had to do was pick the strongest person. Anyway, but I would give it a solid 8.5. I would give it an 8.5 because
Whoa.
Not too bad.
After saying your team is horrible, he's like 8.5.
well, 8.5 because I think it's well balanced. But I don't.
No,
think
but
that,
that's not the goal, right? The goal is to defeat Thanos. That is how
Exactly.
you judge
Yeah.
a team.
Thanos.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. So I think what he would have to have all his players play really well to
Yeah.
defeat Thanos.
Yeah. And he
Like
doesn't
not
need
even
Ben
not
Simmons
even
in
a
his
single
team.
not even a single person can not play is
Yeah.
basically.
Basically, no
They
Ben
all have
Simmons.
to.
Yeah.
Hmm.
All right,
Okay,
Chris,
and
what do you think?
I would rate his team 6.
6.
6 is, see, I
Aw.
will explain why I rate his team 6.
So low.
Yeah, I will explain why I rate that team 6.
Ah.
Because you need a strategy to beat Thanos. What you've chosen is you chose Thor. Thor can provide you strength, but he's not powerful. He has his power through his lightning, right? Through the lightning he has. So most he can do is give the lightning to or strike Thanos with the lightning. WandaVision, yeah, she can control Thanos' mind. She can make him feel pain. Groot, again, just a thing to control Thanos. Mantis to brainwash Thanos or control Thanos with the brain. And then Vision is the only effective guy in your squad, is what I think. But he is at the $1 option. I don't know
Yeah,
why Vision is at the $1 option.
Exactly.
but-
Very-
That's what
that's
even
what
I
very
even I don't know why Vision is. It's like I don't know why that's. I think
It's-
in general the Marvel universe has made him look weaker because he is that strong. Like if they actually make him.
he is
give him
the
even-
strongest Avenger. He was the strongest Avenger
one
until he died.
one of the strongest.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But the
fair
point is they don't really show him use his power. Like if they gave him enough screen time, like they give Iron Man,
Hmm.
like
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like I mean for me Iron Man in my squad is for leadership qualities.
Hmm.
He's the man that everyone's like, all right, if Iron Man's there, we are okay. For some reason, even though he's the man in a suit, for some reason that he has the He's like Chris Paul. He's got that leadership qualities.
Qualities, yeah.
But
know,
why
man,
is
my-
Doctor
But he
Strange
doesn't
not
have the
there?
bad luck. I mean, he did have the bad luck.
What is Doctor
Oh,
Strange?
is he actually like Chris Paul? he
Where's
did have the
Doctor-
bad luck too.
Well, Doctor
There
Strange
is
is
no
okay, I
Doctor
think.
Strange.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Yeah. Now, I would like to say my team.
Go for it.
Thor,
Thor.
Okay. Hmm.
5.
Captain Marvel.
Okay, 10.
10.
This is where I don't know. Should I go for a 4 option? Or should I go for 3? I probably go for a 4 option. Let's go with Black Panther,
Black Panther.
and let's go with the person who everyone went with, Vision.
Okay. Vision.
4. I rate it 4. Black
Lower
Panther
than his team.
Why-
is Black Panther is the most useless.
Bro, you've gone with Black Panther. Come on.
Come on, man. We'll give you one
Can
more
I
shot.
change
to
Black
check.
Panther? Wait, actually.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But you
change.
can't take
One
Hulk.
last chance.
You can't
Yeah,
take Hulk.
I won't take Hulk. I won't take Hulk.
Okay. Okay.
Instead
go
of
for it.
Black Panther, I would go Wanda.
Okay.
But are we going? Okay.
I feel like Hulk is
But again-
ineffective in front of Thanos.
That's true. I
Because
mean,
when
I
you use
agree with
strength
that.
to strength, then Thanos is no comparison. But when you use
Yeah.
different kind of powers to Thanos' strength, that is when Thanos can be defeated. So that's why I chose Thor, Captain Marvel, WandaVision, and Vision.
For
Wanda
that
and
matter,
Vision, sorry.
if you'd have taken someone like Spider-Man, he would have strength. I mean, because of the webs.
The
and
thing is,
stuff.
Spider-Man would have gotten beaten to dust.
I mean, but no.
Like
with the
Thanos
other
does this and
characters-
Spider-Man is gone.
Yeah,
not
yeah,
even the
but
snap,
then
his
with the
portion
other
is gone.
characters.
So,
with the other
so this
characters, he could have-
this is where I completely disagree, and this is why I'm very surprised no one took the Hulk, is because Hulk is indestructible. Like you can actually kill Vision, you can actually kill Wanda, you can actually kill these people. You really can't kill the Hulk. He's like an indestructible force, unless he through some radioactive thing where he goes back into his human form.
But
He goes
to be
through-
honest, no. This is this is all the characters before Endgame. So
No, not all of them.
no. I am saying these characters you have to choose who they were before the Endgame, because during Endgame Hulk changed, right?
Yeah,
Hulk went
completely
into a
changed.
more subtle and a less powerful, but he went to the mixed thing where he was brainy
like
and
a
he was powerful.
more nerdy guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nerdy monster.
But that is just a story arc they created. It's not necessarily true.
No, but then the thing is, when you say Hulk, people assume that Hulk right now is not Hulk, right? He's not the prime Hulk.
No, but then even like before Endgame, Hulk hardly even fought. Like even in Infinity War, he was in the Hulkbuster suit, like as
Yeah,
Bruce
but you
Banner
remember
and
why
not
he
as
was in the Hulkbuster suit, right? Because Hulk was too scared to come out after what Thanos did to him.
Yeah, so that's
The-
that's
you
what I
remember-
mean.
you remember that,
Their
Vineet,
whole
right?
Character change.
Yeah.
The starting scene where the Loki and
Yeah.
everyone, that Loki was killed and all that. Yeah, that is why I didn't choose Hulk.
So you're saying he has a psychological, even though he has a physical edge, he has a psychological disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, big disadvantage. Because it's like two different people, right? Hulk is different.
I mean, think
and
about
then
it. It's
Bruce
just
Banner is
like
different.
when I go against Coco or something,
Hmm.
and I know that guy is into the NBA academy. He's at the top level in India. I'm just like a school player or something. I have gone to some places, but I'm just still a school player, right? I've not achieved anything like he has achieved. So that is why the
But
psychological aspect.
my concern is that I think that you're taking the story arc too seriously, rather than because.
But you have to
see,
take
for-
it too seriously because this is all made up, right? It's not real. It's not going to
No,
actually happen.
yeah, but the point is we are not considering the story arc for anybody else, because like Vision dies off very early, right?
Yeah, but that's what I said before Endgame.
Yeah,
Okay.
before Endgame. But I mean, they should have kept Doctor Strange in this. I would have taken Doctor Strange definitely.
He is Doctor Strange
He's
is
there,
there.
no?
Sida beach mein.
$5. That's what I'm thinking about. That time he's been
Idhar hai,
saying
ye raha.
not
Is he
that-
there? Oh, he's there. I didn't see him.
I
Gold
will
is like-
because I got another chance to change my $4 option. But you took Thor. What would you change Doctor Strange to?
I know. I thought that Doctor Strange would be in a lower, like the lower levels.
Acha, you
not
didn't
in
see.
five.
Disrespect.
Otherwise, I would
Okay,
have
okay.
taken it.
Disrespect. Yeah.
No disrespect.
What do you rate my team?
Tell your team again. Thor.
Thor, Captain Marvel, Wanda, and Vision.
Mm,
7? No, 6. 6 out of 10.
Fair enough. Yeah.
fair enough. Oh, Chris,
because-
fair.
He's agreeing.
Bro, defeating Thanos, I would take the top 5 of the $5 options. Na?
No, that top 5, I don't. I think I think Thor is like overrated.
Thor is actually overrated. To be honest,
Captain
he is the
America is
strongest
overrated.
Avenger, as per me.
I don't know. I'm not too sold on Thor. I think,
But
see,
yeah,
there is
Thor,
a,
there is a better option than Thor.
so my thing is that there is a difference, right? Like, because sometimes they create the story arc to show somebody better, or to show someone worse, or to like create drama. But that is very different from their abilities, because I feel like Vision was the most powerful Avenger, but in the story arcs they didn't show him to be that powerful.
The only problem with Vision I have is I don't want to consider him as a superhero, as a character of Marvel, because he is not a real human.
He is
Yes.
part of Ultron mainly.
Exactly.
But I mean, like, aren't all of these people, most of them, not human? Like,
But no, the point is he was mainly given his main
Like,
story
you
was
tell me,
revealed in
except Groot,
WandaVision.
Gamora,
That-
and Raccoon, and that, yeah, who else isn't human?
They
the Mantis.
they are not.
Yeah,
really,
okay.
I mean,
Consider
they're part human.
remove the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
No. Wait, like everyone is mainly only the people like Hawkeye, Bucky, Black Widow. I don't.
They are
know.
human, but what I meant by that
Yeah.
is you're still alive. You're
Yeah,
not
but there is
born
but there's no human in your list, anyways.
in my list. One, two.
Or maybe Captain Marvel, but she's not. I mean,
No,
she
even
is
she.
human.
See, human. What I meant by human is that you got your superpowers from something. Like Wanda got
her
that
superpowers.
everyone. No,
Yeah.
that
Hey,
everyone
Wanda is a
has got.
human.
Wanda is. She's mainly like a witch kind of character.
Yeah, but then she was not a person who came from some other place and then
That place.
reset-
Yeah, except for Wanda, everyone else in your team is not human.
yeah.
Again, Wanda got her powers from radioactivity, so it's
Exactly.
the same thing basically.
Like, the problem with Vision is he was born to be a Marvel character or something. It's like you created him inside a Marvel movie to act in a Marvel movie. So I mean, that's the mindset, right? You're creating a robot.
No, my thing is that, should we focus on the story arcs also, or should we just focus on like the
No,
pure?
you focus on what you think of my team simply, and then you rate it.
I think your team is an 8.
Fair, yeah.
An
Okay.
8.
I will take that.
The reason is because I am not too sold on Thor, as like, I feel like Thor is really powerful, but also the story arcs make him even more powerful. Like, they have given him so much screen time that he just seems a little bit more powerful than he is.
I will partially agree to that. Okay.
And then Wanda is, I've never liked her because, I don't know. I mean, she is very powerful.
It's just something about those original Avengers that strikes out.
How come no one took Captain Iron Man? Man, Iron Man was the man. Like, he basically like championed the whole thing. He was the leader. Without your leader, how can you guys, like, who's the leader in your team, bro? Thor?
Captain Marvel.
Captain.
He's going
Yeah.
according to the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah, Captain Marvel is just a cheat code. It's like KD on
Yeah.
on the Golden State Warriors. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. That I think that sums up what we
That
think
sums up.
uh,
Okay.
defeating Thanos. Our fourth guy, fourth or third or fourth guy, his name is Dheer. He can defeat
Hmm.
Thanos as a known. He's that. He's full muscly, full. Uh, one punch, he'll give Thanos will fly away.
Does he go to the
Definitely.
gym and stuff?
Nothing. He's just built different.
Just
Naturally built
Naturally.
different.
nice. Does he play basketball or?
No, he plays football.
He used to play basketball. He used to.
He used to, yeah. Like, I mean, the only thing is, yeah. So I don't think if you've heard this or no in our podcast or something, but he started getting interested in the NBA this year January or February or something, and ever since he's been like this enemy of mine. He's a total Suns fan. I am a total Bucks fan, and this was before they both came into the finals.
Oh, okay.
He's like the
Wow.
big Devin Booker fan.
I don't get Devin Booker, man. I don't get what.
Dear, this is to you. Stop it. Stop the
Like, he's
cap.
a good player, but like, I mean, it's like as though we have not seen basketball players before that. Like, his talent is very like, it's good, but it's not great.
I
Like, he's
mean,
not
all
a
of these guys, all of
Luka.
these Manan, they suffered a heart attack or something day before yesterday.
Oh man.
Messi left Barca,
Oh, yeah.
and
See, you
these
see,
guys are
Messi,
like
Messi,
die-hard Barcelona fans,
yeah, Messi is different, man. Messi built different.
built different.
Messi is not even built. He's just like magic.
He just came into existence and started dominating.
Just
He's
out
so
of
good.
nowhere. Out of nowhere.
I
Okay,
mean,
then
you know, you.
I think that sums up sums up this episode. Vineet, would you like to say something?
Yeah, I mean, I think you guys are doing a good job. I've heard a couple of your podcast episodes. I think it's fun. I think you all have like different perspectives, which kind of is cool. And you're all 15, so that's even better. you know.
Not everyone is 15.
Why?
Well,
No, some
Deer
are
is
14, some
14.
is 15. Yeah,
Deer and Vyom 14.
14.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. Together, one year younger. I'm so sorry. But I think this is good. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep learning from your mistakes, and make a lot of mistakes. Don't be afraid. Even from Manan and Adhir and all you guys, like, be out there. Like, pump your chest like Chris does. Chris doesn't know squat about basketball, but he speaks like he does, and I think that's great. No, that's great. I'm not saying that you don't know, but I think there is a lot of things that you need to know. But I think
Obviously, yeah.
that, yeah, I think that there is something amazing about youth. It's like Trey Young, right? Which is why I don't know if Manan knows Trey Young, but the thing that you like about Trey Young is that he doesn't know how bad he is. He thinks he's great,
Lollipop.
right? And he thinks
Yeah,
he's
my
great.
hair.
Yeah. So I wish that all of you, are more vocal, more, just be more opinionated, understand, the dynamics of how, social. You guys obviously know much better than we do, and try to grow. I mean, 4 people are more than 2 people, so I think that you have all the opportunity, and I wish you guys the best of luck. I think you guys have a good name. Though I would change it. I would change the name because I think there are other.
We are looking at some aspects of it also.
Hmm.
A logo change and a potential name change.
Yeah, because
Maybe
I
it's
think
not.
there's another.
There is. I think I will admit to
Yeah,
that there is.
try to find something that's a little unique. I mean, it's not too late.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah, we will look into that also. We are looking into that currently. And
Who,
thank you
who's
so
the,
much,
who's pro changing them and who's against changing them?
So I came up with this name, and initially I didn't know this was a podcast name or anything. And then we were just like brainstorming names and anything, and I started just blurting out names. I started making up names, and they're like, "Wait, yeah, that's good."
Hmm.
And then we decided on that name. And then when we went by, I created a temporary logo. I said, "Okay, for now, I'll create that logo." But I mean, initially we kind of started liking that logo because it's something I will like and I will like to see. Now
Hmm.
I mean, I don't want to say anything against us or anything, but it looks like we're a little bit old and rusty. That is what the vibe the logo gives right now. So I would
So
want to change the
yeah,
logo
we
into
want to
something, and I
change
have a
it.
very nice idea what to change the logo into.
Hmm.
It's just that I haven't really gotten time to do it yet. I will be doing it within this week.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, that's cool.
And thank
Awesome.
you so much for everything you just said. And yeah, I mean, you're one of the persons. You're one of the people why I started this.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, your parents are going to
Yeah,
curse me out then.
he was one fine day. He's like, guys, let's start a
I had this
podcast.
idea,
And
but
then,
I was like, no, I don't want to do it. And then I had this idea in February. I didn't want to do it anymore. And I knew the people I wanted to do it with. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it right now or anything. But then I saw you guys and I saw how where you guys reached and everything. And I went scrolled through your Insta and everything. I saw where you started, where you reached and everything. And I'm like, I want to do this. And then I talked to you guys, everything. I spent some time and I'm like, yeah, I like this. I love this. And that you both only gave me the inspiration to start this.
Awesome. Awesome. I hope your parents don't kill us.
Why will they kill us? They love this.
They love it, really?
Yeah, my
yeah,
parents
they
love
listen
it.
to it.
Oh, they listen to it also. Ah.
Yeah.
So in my
Ah.
house, it's like everything is now related to basketball. I have a 7-year-old brother. Wait, is he 7? He turns 8 this year. He turns 9 this year. Sorry, he's 8. And he's everything about basketball. He's a very good basketball player. He's an NBA fan, and we have things in our house like he is not a Giannis guy. He's a Curry guy. So he loves curry. And then my dad is like, because me and my brother started following the NBA so much, my dad also got into it now. And my whole family like just knows those, those iconic plays and everything. You have those iconic plays. My
Yeah.
family can name them out now.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
That is how
That's
we're entire thing. My room is all about basketball. We have baskets over here, many hoops and everything. Everything now just changed suddenly as we
That's
went
good.
in the lockdown. Yeah.
That's good. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot
Thank
for
you. Thank you
inviting
so much for
this-
coming here and then
being the first guest, I guess.
first
So I
guest.
think
Yes, first guest.
Yes, first
That's
guest.
an honor. So next time when you guys become like a big podcast, and I'll be like, in my day, I was the
We
first.
started with
podcast.
this man.
The first
That was
person.
me. First person. All right. Thanks a lot for your time.
Thank you so much for coming here. And this ends our episode, the guest episode, first ever guest episode. Let's meet in the next episode. Till then, peace.
Peace.